Hey everybody, Mark Walters here. This is my first comic book collecting video, and I'm new to this, so please bear with me. I do a lot of interviews and things with my website, bigfanboy.com, but I'm really not used to just talking to a camera like this. This is very strange for me, so I'm going to try to get through this if I can. Now, I want to first of all, I want to say a huge shout out to like all the guys that do this on a regular basis. You guys are awesome, and I watch your videos all the time, and I'm totally hooked, and that's what made me want to do this in the first place. But I got to give a special shout out to Kingdom Comics, my man Tito, because he was the guy that I started watching these types of videos with. I didn't even know these videos or these types of videos existed, and I saw his, and I just dug it. I thought it was really cool. I think the way he shows off his comics and the way he talks about his comics, he's obviously very passionate about it. So I just thought it was really cool to see other people that kind of felt the same way that I do about comic books. And for those of you that don't know me or have never heard of me, I'm actually one of the guys that helped start Dallas Comic Con. I've been very involved in comic book conventions now for 25, going on 27 years, something like that. I got into it when I was a teenager, if that helps you do some math. But yeah, I just love comic books. I love collecting. And so on this, my inaugural comic book collecting video, I got to come up with some sort of a clever name for this, because if I'm going to do it with any sort of regularity, I got to have like a catchphrase, I guess, as it were. I'm going to start off with a couple different things. I went to Half Price Books. It's Saturday when I'm filming this, or Saturday night. I actually can't sleep. It's one of the reasons that I'm filming this video, just to kind of kill some time. I went to Half Price Books, and based on Tito's most recent video, Kingdom Comics' most recent video, he was talking about how he went out with $40 in his pocket, and he was going to try to stick to a $40 budget. So I thought, okay, I'll go into Half Price Books, and I'll see if I can stick to a $40 budget. I thought I'll see if I can pull the same thing. And oddly enough, I got out of there with tax and everything included right at $40. So let me show you what I picked up, and we'll see if you guys think any of this stuff is cool. Some of it I know is kind of, no big deal. But anyway, start off with this is, can you see it? This is Superman the Wedding Album. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's hard to see in the light, but it's got like an embossed S and whatnot. What's really cool about this book, and one of the reasons I picked it up, is because my buddy Kerry Gamble, who I think is one of the most underrated Superman artists out there, he worked on this book. But it's got a lot of other artists that worked on it too. And because it's got this almost completely white cover on it, it's really great for signatures and sketches. If they feel like doing sketches or something, it's kind of great for that. And this was just in great shape. It's one of those books that's probably not worth anything. I mean, a lot of the Superman books from this era, there were so many of them printed, so they're not really worth anything. But for some reason, this book you don't see pop up quite as much. And because of the white cover, and it's not just a white cover, it's got kind of like almost like a leather sort of touch to it. So it gets dirty very easily. And the fact that this copy was as clean as it was, I felt like I'm going to go ahead and pick that up and use that for some signatures. So moving on, again, these are all from Half Price Books. Infinity Crisis #1. Always a good, or I'm sorry, Identity Crisis #1. God, I'm already screwing up. Always a good book to have. Batman versus Bane from the Forever Evil Aftermath. This one's a little bit beat up, but I didn't have it, so I figured I'd go ahead and pick it up. I've already got a couple copies of these, but it can't hurt to have another one. Superman #32. This is the first appearance of Dr. Oz, or not is it Dr. Oz? Mr. Oz. Man, I need some sleep. First appearance of Mr. Oz, who, as we all know, is playing a pretty big role in the whole Rebirth storyline. So we'll see where that goes. But if you're looking for the first appearance, that's it. I was surprised they had this for half price. It's got a little bit of wear on it, but Flash #2, as you may know, if you're collecting Rebirth, all those early Flashes, like #1, #2, they sold out like that. So anytime you can get your hands on those, it's good. I picked this up because it's in a really nice Greg Horn cover that I didn't already have. It's a Blackest Night Wonder Woman. I'd actually never seen this, so this was my first time to catch it, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. So, see that there. Sorry about the glare. My lights are kind of bright here. I'm in my bedroom because my office has got boxes and stuff. I recently was helping my parents move, and I've got a bunch of boxes of stuff I inherited. So I'm actually filming this on my bed with my computer precariously placed where I'm hoping it doesn't fall over. Batgirl number 4, Adam Hughes cover. Any Adam Hughes cover nowadays is good, worth picking up. This is Captain Marvel number 6. I picked this up because I'm a sucker for anytime you have like the classic hero fighting the modern hero in a comic book storyline. I love those. And so with Captain Marvel and the movie coming out pretty soon, I figured it's a good time to pick that up. I actually got 2 of those. They had 2 of those, so there's the second one. I was happy about that. This is a really nice book. I believe, if I remember correctly, that these did not have the biggest print run, and it was a great storyline. The whole Return of the Hawkman storyline from JSA, Andrew Robinson, beautiful covers. This was part 1, and this is part 3, which they did not have part 2. But both of these, I know for a fact, you don't see them very often, and if you do, they're usually not in very good shape, so I went ahead and picked those up. Green Lantern, I always like picking up Green Lantern books, especially if it was the pre-52 run. What I love about this one was there was a series of covers. Jim Lee did a series of covers for Green Lantern. So this is Green Lantern number 150. And around this time, these books were not getting ordered very heavily. So these are not very frequently seen. So I was very happy to get that. And this is Green Lantern number 152. Again, great Jim Lee cover. And again, classic hero fighting modern hero. Totally a sucker for those types of storylines. So very happy with that one. This is Batman Annual 15. Nothing terribly special about it, just a really cool Scott Hampton cover. And I believe this annual was actually second printed because the whole Armageddon 2001 storyline, it sold out when it came out. It's not really worth anything, but you know, just the fact that it was second printed and this is the first print. And it's a great Batman cover. So. And then these I picked up because, first of all, it was half-price books, so half of $1.25 each. It's definitely a bargain. This is Flash number 68, Flash number 69, Flash number 71, and Flash number 74. Great cover. And the great thing about these are all written by Mark Waid, and this is all around the time of the storyline where he introduced Impulse and kind of reinvented the character. So anytime you see these Flash books, sometimes you can catch them cheap. They're definitely worth picking up. Because again, this is from a time where this title was, you know, Flash was not as popular around that time as it is now. So you don't see as many of those popping around, mainly because it's a book that wasn't ordered very well. This is DC First, number 1, Green Lantern, and I picked it up mainly because I didn't have it. And again, classic hero, modern hero. And this is a great Kevin Nolan cover. Just really like that cover a lot. If you've ever seen the DC First cover you did with Superman and Flash, it's a nice little companion piece for that. Green Lantern, Secret Files and Origins, 2005. A lot of really cool artists worked on this one. And these Secret Files and Origins books they're never heavily ordered. Like, everybody always overlooks them. I don't know why. And again, it's one of those things that, like, yeah, you can find them, but they're usually not in very good shape. So I wanted to pick it up because it was in great shape. I have never seen this book. And again, these are those types of books that sometimes get overlooked or retailers don't order heavily on them, partly because of the price. It's a $5 book. Legends of the DC Universe, 80-page giant, number 1. You've got Hawkman, the Spectre, Adam Strange, and the Teen Titans, but it's a great Joe Kubert cover. Really nice book. I mean, this just, I don't know if I'm capturing it by showing it on camera here, but I mean, this cover is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I've never seen this. I've you know, and all the times I'd go in the shop, I must have completely missed it. So I think I wouldn't go so far as to say it's rare, but probably a little uncommon. These Alex Ross covers on the Batman Rest in Peace storyline are always nice to have. And this one especially, I know, is usually pretty desirable. So I picked that up. Very happy about that. Tito will love this because I know he loves Dick. Grayson, of course. Grayson number 1. This is always a cool book to have. Andrew Robinson cover. And this is not the variant. I know a lot of people look for the Phil Jimenez variant, but it is a first print of Grayson #1, which is always a good book to have. And last but not least, from the Half Price Books haul, this is Justice League #12, the Superman, Wonder Woman, The Moment that everybody was talking about when it happened. This book sold out very quickly. Everybody was looking for it, and I was actually kind of surprised that they had it, and it was in great condition. So I went ahead and picked that up. So that's my whole Half Price Books comic haul, and all of these books I got with tax for $40. So I was pretty happy about that. Up next this is just kind of random stuff that I picked up. These are for some bargain boxes. I went to a couple different garage sales and found some guys that were selling comics. So this is just a mixed bag of books that I picked up dirt cheap. Some of these are like 50 cents to $1. So cool stuff though. This is Spawn 138. This is an interesting cover because it's got this white bar at the top and a white bar at the bottom. So when you're putting it in a bag and a board, you're almost like tricked into thinking, is it smaller than the bag and the board? It's just a weird, sort of weird design, but it's a great Capullo cover, very painted looking cover. And again, Tito, I know you love Spawn. I always like this book. This is from the Hulk run. This is issue #9, and this is Hulk versus Thing. You guys probably have seen the Hulk versus Wolverine issue that goes for a lot of money. This one often gets overlooked. I don't know why. I think it's just as good. Flash #227. All of these, this kind of, from anything from this era and this run, usually goes pretty good because they were kind of underordered. Flash #224, written by Jeff Johns, featuring this guy right here, Professor Zoom. Any issue with Professor Zoom is worth picking up. Wolverine Deadpool the Decoy, #1. Like that book. Scotty Young cover. Gotta like that. I had never seen this. Batman Adventures #1, 100-page spectacular. I've seen almost all the other Batman Adventures and animated Batman books, but I had never seen this one. It's got a little bit of damage down here. I don't know if you can see it. One of those. There you go. Make that out. Kind of cranked there. But other than that, it's perfect. I mean, and this was like a 50-cent book. So, Power Man and Iron Fist #75. This one is in really bad shape, but it's just a great cover. And, you know, these books from this era, like, they were not heavily ordered at all. So, kind of a cool book to have, especially now with Iron Fist and Power Man both killing it. Cable. And this was a great buy for $1. Batman, Harley, and Ivy. Bruce Timm artwork. Perfect condition for $1. I know this one's going for quite a bit now. This is #1. My local comic shop. Picked up a few things there. Wolverine #25. Awesome Jim Lee cover. This one was like, I don't know, like $2 or something. It's not really worth anything, but it's just a great, you know, Jim Lee Wolverine cover. He didn't do a lot of the Wolverine core title covers. Because I saw Tito pick it up, I had to get it for myself. This is Forever Evil #6. He was saying he had a really hard time finding this. I was shocked that they had it. Dave Finch cover. Definitely a good book to have. Gotta love these. 7 to Eternity #2. This is the second printing. #2. First printing #3. First printing #4. Gotta have those. These are some books I'm thinking about sending off to get slabbed. I'm still looking for a #3. I just don't want to pay through the nose for it. If anybody wants to maybe trade some stuff, please keep me in mind. I know Tito just found one recently and definitely made me jealous, but got a nice #4, NYX #4, second appearance of X-23. Thinking about sending that off. Good old New Mutants 87, Cable. The only thing wrong with this is it's got a little bit of a thing down here, but it's not too bad. Probably get like a 9.2 out of it. East of West, #1. Figured that's a good book to send off first print. That seems to be a book everybody's looking for. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about something I like to always clue people into is whenever there's a book or something that you might overlook that you can find really cheap as long as you know to look for it. You may have seen in the price guide that issues number 83, 84, and I believe it's 89 of Catwoman from this run have Harley Quinn appearances. And as you can see, Harley Quinn's on the cover there. This storyline actually began in Catwoman number 80, which is noted in the guide as Catwoman Goes to Jail, I think is what it says. However, the storyline kind of culminates in issue number 82 of Catwoman, which in the guide, they don't assign any increased value or anything to it. This is issue number 82, and I took it out because I want to show you guys something. This is a book that you can get usually like in quarter comics bins and whatnot. But throughout the whole issue, she's kind of, you know, matching wits with this blonde, bubbly blonde girl in jail who ends up sending her to the hospital. And on the last page, the big reveal is that girl is Harley Quinn. So this actually is Harley Quinn all the way through this issue, and this is what leads into issue number 83, which the guide does note as a Harley Quinn appearance, and does note, I think it's worth like $10 in mint or something. But again, this is one of those things that, you know, all those issues from that run, they all kind of got underordered, because by then Catwoman was losing popularity. DC, I think, ended the book before it even hit issue 100. Am I right about that? They didn't even finish it out like they probably could have. So it's just one of those things that it might be worth, you know, picking up if you see it in a quarter box, and nobody's really looking for it right now. And I guess I'll just end with, I'm a big Todd McFarlane nut. I love Todd McFarlane. Sometimes you find clothes that have money in them, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know I had some money in this pocket, and that's always kind of like happy days, right? So sometimes I find comic books that I forgot I had. The other day I was sorting, this was an issue of Spawn 250 I got signed by Todd McFarlane last year in Dallas when he came through, and so I was trying to sort all my signed books, and I came across some other McFarlane stuff that I had been storing, and I completely forgot I had these. And so this is just kind of cool to stumble across something and not even realize that you had it. I got these signed, I want to say like 94, 95 or something. So this is Cyberforce number 8. The artwork was done by Todd McFarlane. This is where they switched off and did, like, all the different image guys worked on different books. So this is signed by Todd. I actually got that signed in Killeen, Fort Hood, Texas. He did an appearance there. And then this is Spawn Batman. I really need to change the sticker on this because it's definitely not a $10 book. But it's signed by Todd as well. So a couple of nice McFarlane signed books that I completely forgot I even had. So, all right, that's it. That's all I got. I do want to send some shout outs to some of the guys that I think are doing this, you know, really right. Just the guys that I'm watching pretty regularly. So shout out to Seeking, well, he used to go Seeking Near Mint is what Tito always calls him, but I think he's Seeking VG, VF, and NM. That's his official title. SPT Killerwood has some great stuff. Dr. Von Chilla, QB Comic Addict, and of course Tito over at Kingdom Comics, because without him, if I had not discovered his videos on YouTube, I probably never would have even attempted doing this. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and hopefully this will be the first of many. And you can check out more of what I do at bigfanboy.com, or if you're ever in the Dallas area, check out the Dallas Comic Show, and it's dallascomicshow.com. So hope to see you guys out there. And if anybody's going to Heroes Con, let me know. I'll be there as well. I usually run the art auction at Heroes Con, so you'll probably see me up at the podium taking bids. So Mark Walters saying bye. Talk to you guys soon.